everybody? Welcome back to Costanza, a podcast about something, a podcast where I got a bad feeling about this. I am your host, Joe Costanza.
So do I. And Jake from State Farm, I also have a bad feeling about this.
And
Star Wars fans are going to lynch us. We're gonna die.
They're gonna lynch us either way. But this is episode 80. We made it this far to episode 80. I did not really know what to do, but I figured, fuck it, since Mandalorian recently came out, might as well just rank the Star Wars films and projects.
Cool.
I'm here as usual with Stefan, and thank you all as usual for stopping in. Welcome on in, Bala, and hi, babe. Give my support with little data use as I can. Have fun and don't miss a detail. I won't. So, as you all know, or most of you may know, Star Wars is a huge franchise, a franchise that I think most of us love. I personally love it, and Jake's a fan as well. So
yes.
So today we're going to be discussing...
Now that I think about it, we've been watching it since we were very little.
Yeah.
Like, very, very little.
Yeah, it's kind of nostalgic in a way, especially the original 6. But we're not just reviewing those today. We're also going to be reviewing the stuff that Disney has bought, since Disney bought it. We're going to be discussing the TV shows and the movies. If we went through the games, this would take even longer. Hey, Jump.
Yeah,
but
we're not doing the games. We haven't even played them.
Hey, Jake, how you doing?
And welcome on into episode 80, Jump. But yeah, I can't believe we made it this far. This is actually crazy.
This means that I think this year we're gonna make it to episode 100.
We should make it to episode 100 by October, if I'm not mistaken. But just a little anecdote before we start. I promise it'll take a minute. I check my email every now and then, especially for like job applications or something. For some reason, Jackbox sends me emails for some reason, but it's not the fact that Jackbox sends me emails that was the weird part. The weird part is they send an email that says, "Open this email if you love feet. Ignore it if you're stinky."
What? Wait, what?
Jackbox said that?
The official Jackbox said this. It's so
They're
stupid.
freaky.
They are so fucking freaky. I had to do a double take.
Joe, I think it's a good thing that we don't play Jackbox anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's so stupid.
You didn't open it, did you?
I did not open it, but it was still fucking funny.
Delete it and burn it with fire.
No, I'm pinning that shit because that's too funny. It's too funny to delete.
Alright, guys, we're getting Star Wars and we're gonna rank all the Jackbox games.
No. Yeah, welcome to episode 80 where we talk about feet. But anyways, let's rank all the Star Wars films. So I got a tier list up here. It's got everything in movie order, not chronological order. From
Chronological movie release order.
Yeah, chronological project order. From Star Wars all the way to Mandalorian and Grogu. So, Jump, can you hear us? Good to know. So, yeah, let's, so I have a tier list in order from S, A, B, C, D, F, and haven't seen. Believe it or not, there are some projects that I have not seen. So,
yeah.
Controversies ahead. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please. My arm is still broken. Hang on.
Okay, so...
Excuse me, babe. You should not be getting emails from Jackbox. Only one email. Yeah. So, let's start off with the original Star Wars. It's not called A New Hope here. It's just called Star Wars. So, what did you guys think of Episode 4?
Fantastic movie. Loved it.
Oh, yeah. I mean... It's a classic for a reason.
Yeah, we actually own the original cut of all 3 movies as well. The actual theatrical release.
What's good, Jim?
What's good, everybody?
Hey.
What's up, man? What's up? Yeah.
You're alive.
Yeah, I was sorry. I was doing some I was doing some advertising. for the show. So
I appreciate
yeah,
it.
yeah. So yeah, I had a call too. But I'm here. So what's up, guys? Star Wars
Welcome to episode 80.
episode 80. Here we go.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Giggling, how you doing?
Hashtag episode 80. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Put hashtag episode 80 in the comments.
Hashtag, do you like feet?
No.
No.
Matt Murdock does. But anyways, so the original Star Wars, it's got classic characters, classic music, classic everything. This is literally a classic
The film
fucking
that started
film.
it all.
Yeah, exactly.
Without this movie, Star Wars would not exist because this
Right.
movie, when it came out in '77, like if you think of this film from that mindset, it's a really like revolutionary film. What they were able to do on a small budget by 1970s standards,
Mm-hmm.
like that's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, like it's not my favorite. Episode 4 is great, but it's not my favorite of the trilogy.
No,
True.
yeah, no, I get it because it, as much as it's a great film, it also has not really aged well, and that's partially due to like the limited amount of technology. Like even like the lightsabers, I think they were made of wires. I think.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
they had like a actual like stick, an actual lightsaber stick that they tried to make illuminate with like a wire, and you can even see in a scene Obi-Wan has like a wire sticking out of his sleeve. Yeah, they tried that. They couldn't get the lightsabers to work right.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any complaints I have with this film. It's like, it's honestly a damn near perfect film. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in S because there's no way it doesn't get any lower
Yeah,
than this.
it's S
Yeah.
tier. It's a
Is
great
it bad
movie.
though that I like episode 3 over episode 4?
No, believe it or
no.
not, you're in the majority.
Yeah.
Episode 3 is a very good movie.
Yeah, we'll get to that, but
Well, we're not there yet. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not my favorite, but episode 3 is a close second.
I just realized the holiday special is not on here. Good.
Good.
Trash tier.
Yeah, that's haven't seen, but realistically,
No,
it's F.
no one's ever seen that. No one wants to, and no one should. Yeah.
And also keep in mind, this is not my list. I actually made a list before I did this podcast. This is just a list combining all of our opinions and stuff. So it's gonna get flopped around. Like a movie like episode 1's probably not gonna be in the same place that you'll put it. So yeah, just letting y'all know. Moving on. Let's be real. This is the best Star Wars film ever. Period.
100%.
Oh, Empire Strikes Back. Oh, hell
Yes.
yeah.
That's a great film.
Episode 5 is the best one.
Yeah, that's definitely S tier for sure. Absolutely, classic masterpiece right there.
Oh yeah. This
We all know why. We all know.
it's more than just the "I am your father" twist. This is how you do a sequel. Like if filmmakers want to make a very good sequel that lives up to the first one, watch this. Very few have lived up to this film. Like it's got an even better soundtrack than the first film. I don't know how John Williams did that. Darth Vader is the center focus. Well, not the center focus. He's the center villain because in the first one it's Tarkin. It improved on Han Solo and Luke especially. It introduced Yoda, one of the greatest Star Wars characters ever. Han and Leia have a very good relationship. 3PO is actually decent in this film. I'm not a fan of 3PO. And I just love all the quotes. It's just absolutely just peak. This is one of my favorite movies.
I think the Emperor also first appeared in this movie as like a hologram, but like I was like brief. But yeah, it introduced. Yeah, this introduced a lot because originally in the original Star Wars, it was true that Darth Vader was just a completely different person than Anakin. That he actually originally was just a guy who killed Luke's dad. It wasn't until they were making the second movie that they decided, what if we actually make him his father? And then they settled on that. And that's what makes it such a cool reveal, is because like they mentioned throughout the first two movies how similar Luke is to his dad. They're like, oh, you're so like him in so many ways. And then when it's revealed that he's just like Darth Vader, that's why he like reacts the way that he does, is because they're pretty much saying you're no different than Vader is. Vader was once like you, and you're becoming just like him, and that's what was so scary to him.
Yeah, I agree. Jesus, my fucking
Right.
voice. I need water. Where the fuck is my water?
Oh man, you gotta hydrate, man. You gotta hydrate. Hydrate.
No, I'm
Yeah,
fully hydrated. It's just my fucking voice for some reason. It's like, ah, I like Star Wars.
That's why.
You guys got any more thoughts on the first two films?
Uh,
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
He's gone. Okay.
I remember
Episode
watching.
5 is great. It's definitely the best Star Wars movie. You know, the entire thing from Luke trying to figure out who his father is, to Darth Vader saying at the end of the movie that he's his father. So pretty much with Episode 5, they wait all the way until the very end of the 5th episode to reveal that Darth Vader was Luke's father all along. Because I think, like Joe said, in the 4th movie, Luke was trying to figure out who his father was. And meanwhile, in Episode 5, they finally revealed it all the way at the end of the movie. You would think if you haven't seen Star Wars Episode 5, that it would show up in maybe in the middle of the movie or whatever. But no, it was all the way in the last 15 minutes of the movie that it was revealed. I can't imagine the first time, going to see the Star Wars Episode 5 all the way back in the 1970s or 80s and finding out that Darth Vader is Luke's father.
Yeah,
crazy.
but it also has ramifications for Vader's character, because it shows that he isn't just one-dimensionally evil. It showed that there was once a time where he was a really good man, because Obi-Wan talks about how great of a person Luke's dad was, and they even in the original Star Wars they mentioned the Clone Wars, and I remember rewatching it, and I'm like, wait, they mentioned that? Oh, that's really cool. But they mentioned that he was like a war hero and everything. So you have this great guy that you hear Luke's dad being. They don't name him till the 3rd one, and then you find out, oh yeah, he became Vader. That kind of shows that he's a bit more of a complex character, and that Luke isn't really any different from Vader, that there's a legitimate chance he could become Vader, but also that Vader could become just like Luke, that he's really that same man, and that's why it makes, they hint at that last piece of goodness in him in Empire, where the Emperor wants Luke to be destroyed because he's afraid of him, he thinks he's a threat. There was a moment where Vader kind of suggests maybe we can turn him instead of destroying him. It's there's a part of him that doesn't want to destroy Luke, and obviously he did say he wanted Luke to kill the Emperor and they could rule together, but there's also a part of him that actually does care about Luke in his own selfish way, and that kind of impacts his character moving forward. Even at the very end, when I'm rewatching the ending of Empire, where he's reaching out to Luke saying son, come with me, you feel in his voice that he's actually being serious here. He's not trying to sway him, he's actually wanting his kid with him. And his reaction after they leave, how he spent the whole film killing anyone who failed him, and then when Luke leaves, he's so upset, but he doesn't kill anyone, he just leaves upset because it showed that he was really hurt by that.
Jump, you got anything for Empire or A New Hope?
Yeah, I do. I honestly just fully believe, and pretty sure, pop culture wise and the historically wise, that it's not just the biggest sequel in movie cinema history. I really believe that this is what really started off the whole Star Wars craze even more. It was big in 1977 with the first film, and I really feel like this is the sequel that really planted it into lore for for many years, generations to come. This is what fully solidified Star Wars as what it is as a whole. And I remember watching Industrial Light and Magic, which I really recommend everyone here on the show. Check out Industrial Light and Magic, which is on Disney Plus. They really break down the start of the Light and Magic studio and how Star Wars really came to life, as well as the ingenuity and the creativity with all of those all those engineers at that studio, because of the fact that that led to a lot of some of the most amazing films in cinema history coming from that studio. And this was right here was like like the second biggest test that they had, was to follow up with a sequel, something that grandeur that was A New Hope. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's a side note. But honestly, this right here, I really feel like this is like the bar, the raised bar that everyone should like take note on how like a sequel should be done, and really just like how cinematography, effects, and how character development actually like how it flourishes together. I really feel like this is like that the epitome of inspiration right here. So
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
honestly, that's how big Empire Strikes Back. I mean, like I don't really, I would not understand to this day why anyone who 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 hasn't watched this film hasn't watched this film. Yeah,
Mhm.
whether you like Star Wars or not, like it's that great. So it's one
Yeah.
of the holy grails of movies.
Episode 6 was good, but it's
Well,
definitely one of my least favorite of the 6 episodes. I mean, it's still
Yeah.
good, but there's all the other movies. Well, except for episode 2,
yeah,
all the
we'll
other
we'll
movies
get
are
to
better than episode
we'll
6.
get to that. For each film, I'm gonna do like a little fact for each film because I just think it's interesting. So for the fact for A New Hope, originally Obi-Wan Kenobi was supposed to survive the fight. According
Yeah,
I
to
thought
I
he
heard
did
about
survive
that.
the fight in episode 1.
No, I'm talking about in A New Hope where he fights Darth Vader and dies.
Wait, who dies?
Obi-Wan.
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 He
Obi-Wan.
died in that movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vader killed him.
What
And
episode?
four.
A New Hope.
No, yeah. The
The-
very
the
first
very
Star
first
Wars,
movie.
episode. The
Oh,
very
okay.
first
I
movie.
didn't
Yeah.
see that part. I forgot about that part.
It's okay.
Yeah, Vader kills him and he becomes like a ghost talking to Luke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he originally wasn't supposed to die in that film, which I thought was interesting. And also, for
You know why they decided to kill him?
why?
The reason why they decided to kill him is that during the battle on the Death Star, George Lucas is like, wait, what would Obi-Wan be doing? Oh shoot, I don't know what to do with him. Let's just say Darth Vader killed him. That's pretty much what he did.
Really? Wow.
He didn't know what to do with the character at the end of the movie, so he decided to just kill him off because he had no idea what to do.
Damn. Well, that kind of turned out for the better. Also, this is also interesting, but it makes sense why, because who actually plays this character. But Lucas originally wanted Jim Henson as Yoda.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, that makes sense.
In the later series, doesn't Fozzie play Yoda?
No, it's
Like
Frank.
the guy who plays Fozzie plays Yoda, right?
No, it's Miss Piggy. It's Frank Oz.
Yeah, doesn't he play Fozzie and Miss Piggy?
He doesn't play Fozzie, does he?
I think so. Yeah.
I thought that would up.
No,
That's
it's.
interesting though.
Oh, it is Frank Oz. What the fuck?
So Jim Henson was supposed to be.
It is Frank Oz. How the fuck did I not know that?
So wait, hold on, wait. Jim Henson was supposed to voice act as Yoda?
Yeah, George Lucas wanted Jim Henson, but no, Frank Oz took that role, which I think Frank Oz definitely nailed that role.
Yeah, Frank Oz did voice Fozzie Bear. Huh.
I think
Yeah.
he still does. Oh wait, is he
No,
alive?
no, he's alive. He's just retired.
Oh, okay. So who plays Fozzie and Miss Piggy now then?
I have no idea.
Someone else.
So someone that's probably a
changed that.
copy.
They changed the voices.
Yeah, because I think Frank Oz had the same issue as Tom Kane, rest in peace, had. I don't think it's a stroke, but I think he's lost his voice, so he can't be Yoda or Grover or any of those guys anymore. But yeah,
Okay,
let's move
well-
on. Sorry, yeah, let's move on to Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
So you can take the floor.
I would put this still in S tier as well because I still love this movie.
Mhm.
I don't know where everyone else would put it. I do like the film better than most people do. I would put it after Empire and before A New Hope, but some people might put it after A New Hope.
That is interesting because Return and A New Hope both are kind of like equal to me. I think Return is a
Yeah.
very great epilogue, but I do think the original Star Wars is like the perfect start.
To be honest, I flip them around, and I have recency bias. When I watch the original Star Wars, I'm like, no, this is the best. And I watch Empire, I'm like, no, this is the best. And I watch Return of the Jedi, I'm like, no, this is the best. So
You can't
I'm not
really go
sure.
wrong with any of these. So
I kind of
Yeah.
every time I watch it, I'm like, oh, Empire's the best. And I watch Return of the Jedi, I'm like, actually, this is
sorry.
a little better in some areas. And then I watch A New Hope, and I'm like, I can't pick one. So, what I really like about this movie is that it combines the dark tone of Empire with the lighthearted tone of A New Hope. Because people forget that A New Hope was very lighthearted. It was very adventurous. It was like a lot of world building, a lot of like creativity and stuff. And this movie has a lot of that. Empire Strikes Back like has like new unique things, but A New Hope and Return of the Jedi kind of feel a little bit like more whimsical, I would say. Is that the right word? Probably whimsical, kind of? I don't know.
I think so, yeah. I'll take your word for
I
it.
think it's the right word. But I think, I don't know, I kind of think it kind of combines both tones. Like there are moments in like the Emperor's throne room that's like very dark and ominous, and then there are like lighthearted moments as well. But like people really like hate this film because of the Ewoks and stuff. I don't mind them all too much. I think they're better than the Gungans. I can tell you that much. And I don't know. I mean, I think they're actually pretty useful as well, and like the storyline in this movie, and you know, all the characters like have good arcs, like Luke becoming a Jedi Knight, Han Solo becoming much more selfless as well, and like even the beginning of the movie being on Tatooine, it's like the characters are coming full circle. It's like they're starting this story where it all began, where they're all different characters. Luke's not the same person, neither is Han or R2 or 3PO. Like we met all these main characters on Tatooine for the most part, and they're all completely different people. And Jabba is like a good like measuring stick to show how far they've come, because they never would have been able to defeat him if they were the same characters from Empire or A New Hope. Like
Right.
they showed him as a really cunning villain, like outsmarting Luke. And like he had to like, I think Luke had like multiple contingency plans for like Jabba, because like he tried multiple different things, multiple different ways to get Han out, and Jabba like would sneak up on him and like capture Leia or something like that. So he was a good way to show how far these characters have come, and it's a like the opposite of the end of Empire, where instead of Luke falling into a trap and like kind of being an idiot a little bit, where like he not an idiot but naive, in which he like falls to these traps and stuff, instead this time he's the danger, and it really shows how far he's come. So I mean,
Yeah.
the entire movie is a really great film, I would say. So it's definitely up there in S tier. It's just I would put it in between, but I'm not sure about everyone else.
Where would you guys put this? Jump Stefan, where would you guys put this?
Probably number 4 of the best movies out of.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Wait.
The Return of the Jedi is definitely, in my opinion, is better than the first one. Oh yeah. Yeah,
Actually,
definitely
wait.
yes there.
If I had to rank them, I would rank them 5, 3, 1, 4, 6, and then 2. So yeah, it'd be like
Wow.
number 4 or 5.
But between the original three, like maybe like the middle.
I was in the middle.
The middle?
Oh, so
Okay.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Now we move on to how long has it been? Like 16 years later?
1999, 1983, math,
Yeah,
numbers.
It is 16
I
years.
guess.
Yeah, 16 years.
So, The Phantom Menace. I originally hated this movie, but rewatching the films, this is not that bad, honestly.
Yeah, when I rewatched it, it was actually a lot better than I remember it being. I was
Yeah.
actually surprised. I was actually surprised I didn't hate it.
Yeah, because I originally put this as like the second worst Star Wars film, but it's kind of good. I kind of like it.
Yeah, I prefer it over Episode 6 and Episode 2.
Well, yeah, we'll get to 2. That's, ugh. But,
Ugh.
Star Wars.
2 is brutal.
but
Oh man.
The Phantom Menace, I think it has a lot of good moments, but it also has a lot of flaws. The acting is horrendous in the film. I'm just pointing that in all three of these films, the acting is terrible.
It's not as bad as the second one.
No, because a lot of people talk shit about Jake Lloyd. I thought Jake Lloyd did a good job for what he had, even Hayden Christensen. But well,
He was just a little kid. You can't really blame him.
he's just a kid. You know, like and I feel like people kind of put him on a like.
Yeah, that.
I guess it's because Terminator came out around that time, and John Connor was good. So I don't know.
Didn't people bully the little kid after the movie came out?
Yes,
they did, and that's why he didn't really want to go into acting ever again because everyone made fun of him. I don't know if he changed his mind about that, but during that time, you never really saw him in any movies because it was brutal. Because Star Wars fans think it's okay to bully little kids.
Yeah, and they also think it's okay to bully the guy who played as Jar Jar. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jar Jar as well. The Jar Jar actor also got a lot of hate.
And I'll be the first one to admit that I still don't like Jar Jar, but I feel for the actor.
You know.
Yeah, same.
Same here. I don't like Jar Jar at all.
I heard about what happened to the actor that like what almost happened to him. It was. I don't really want to say it, but it was really sad. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But on the topic,
I will say so. Yes, Jar Jar Binks would be one of the negatives of this movie, along with like the dry acting and like bad dialogue. But if you are able to look past the like kind of atrocious acting, the story is actually pretty good. I actually did find the political scenes are not hard to understand. I actually found them somewhat engaging.
That's because you're older, so.
Yeah, I'm older, and I understand that stuff more. So I actually found it kind of cool how Palpatine was able to, take over the galaxy and, like cheat the system almost. It was very clever, and I'm just thinking, like, I don't know what people were expecting. What, did you expect them to show up with an army and be like, this is my galaxy now in the first movie? I mean, like, that's not how dictators rise to power. They get elected in, and then over time they accumulate more. So, and that's exactly what happened in this trilogy. So I would say that the prequels have a good story and like good like concepts for character arcs. It's just the execution of those things that I have a little bit of an issue with.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the execution of the story, and like if you take the characters, like their traits and their arcs in isolation, it doesn't sound bad in theory, but the execution of it is not very good, and it kind of doesn't convey the things it was kind of supposed to convey sometimes.
Yeah. There's two huge positives in the film that really makes it like a very standout film, and that's pod racing and Duel of the fucking Fates.
That was a cool fight.
Yeah. Which, besides the actually both Vader fights with Luke, it's my favorite fight in the entire series. It's so good. I like the music, Darth Maul, which is easily, like, especially after Clone Wars, one of the best characters in the entire saga. I really love that fight. I would rewatch that movie just to play that part over and over again. It is fucking amazing.
Or you could just look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, Jump, you got any words about this film, or Stefan?
No, I was just checking out Ahmed Best, which was the person who plays Jar Jar Binks in episode 1. Yeah, it was pretty unfortunate for what happened to him, but he did have he did have a triumphant return in The Mandalorian when he played as Jedi Master.
Yeah, dude, that was cool. That was really cool.
Yeah, so that actually got him back into the limelight and stardom with the Star Wars franchise. So great for him, man. He's still with us today. Let's just say.
Yeah, God bless him.
So in the other movies, episode 2 and 3, the same actor didn't play Jar Jar?
He did. Yeah, he was Jar Jar in all 3 movies.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, but we all know what happened with Jar Jar, and
Yeah.
That fallout that was extreme, and
so
I think the main problem with the prequels and with the characterization of Jar Jar is that George Lucas started saying that Star Wars is for kids, but it's for everyone. Like the original trilogy proved that it had something that everyone could enjoy, but he decided to gear it towards kids, which doesn't make sense because they have like heavy politics in there that a kid would not understand. You have to be
Right.
an adult to appreciate that.
Yeah,
Kids,
but he was focusing mainly on the toys.
yeah, I think that's the problem is the marketing. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also Qui-Gon, very good character.
Yeah, he was the best character in the movie. Well, besides Darth Maul.
Yeah,
And, you know,
well,
best main character, I would say.
no, I really liked Obi-Wan. I
Well,
think
he was good.
Yeah,
as well.
I think
Obi-Wan was my
I think
favorite.
Obi-Wan carried the prequels, honestly. Him and the Emperor, I think they
100%.
carried the 3 movies.
I will agree with that. Yeah, him and Palpatine carried the 3 movies, but Qui-Gon was also like, I wouldn't say he carried the movies because he was only in the first one, but for his time in the first one, I think he did a good job because Liam Neeson is a great actor. He just even like Samuel L. Jackson as well is also a great actor. They just didn't really have much to work with George Lucas's directing style, so they
Yeah.
came off dry. Because again, an actor is only as good as the orders that they're receiving to perform.
Mm-hmm.
So how much of it is really the actor's fault and, you know, the director's fault?
Yeah. In terms of where
Right.
we would put this, I'm gonna fight for B tier, honestly. I think it,
I'd
it
say
deserves it.
B is okay. Yeah,
I,
Yeah.
I say S or at the very least an A.
No,
I
I
would
think
not put
B
it
is
that
fair
high.
'cause it's not the worst, but it's definitely not in the big leagues. I
No.
would say it kind of deserves like somewhere in the middle, but I think like B is kind of a good spot to put it because the flaws of the movie are pretty apparent, but it's not so bad that it's a lost cause. So I would actually, it is better than like a lot of some of the other projects of Star Wars. So I would, yeah, put it in B.
Yeah.
I'd say B. It's
Uh,
still
Yeah, B's
important.
fine.
It's still important because like we see like we discover Anakin Skywalker this one and like how he is a Force prodigy and as a prophet chosen one destined to bring balance to the Force and like it starts everything off. So
yeah, that's true.
yeah, so it still has this great importance. That's the main thing about it with 1 through 3. So but I think in terms of legacy, watch factor, character demonstration and all that. I think that I mean I would say B plus because it still has important factors like Galactic Senate,
Yeah.
the return of Naboo, the blockade of Naboo, like Jedi Master Quinn gone doing what he has to go do in order to protect and precise balance in the galaxy. Like there's a lot of factors. So
Yeah.
I would say I don't know about A, but I would say B plus, like a high B for this one.
Yeah, I would put it in a high
Yeah.
B. And let me get this out of the way.
Okay.
Garbage film. Fuck this film.
Ah.
I fucking hate episode
Like
2.
episode 2?
It is
Yeah,
so
episode 2 was
bad.
brutal.
I don't get the fucking defenders for this. I don't get them.
Yeah, I can understand the defenders of the first movie because again, it wasn't as bad as I remember. But episode 2 was somehow even worse than I remember it being.
Yes.
I remember I didn't like it, but when I was watching it, I'm like, what the hell is this?
That
Yeah,
was the first Star Wars movie I saw, and it was brutal.
Was this the
Oh,
beginning
God.
of the end? This was like the beginning of the downfall of Star Wars.
It was.
Yeah,
It was.
yeah,
I would
prob-
definitely argue that.
You know, I will say a fun fact. This was like the first movie I think to be almost entirely digital. It was the first one to do it. Unfortunately, the technology at the time made it look like a PS2 video game, but it was still a technological accomplishment in that like they used a lot of blue screen because before green screen they had the blue screen stuff. But yeah, if you look at like the making of the film, and looking at the film, almost the entirety of it is digital. There's only like a few on-set locations, but I think that's why it looks so much worse than the first movie because the first movie had some practical in there and they had real locations. That's why the 1999 CGI looked better than the 2002 one.
Yeah, and
crazy.
this is the same year that the Two Towers came out in Lord of the Rings, so that's
Yeah.
double the
Yeah,
embarrassment.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings CGI still holds up. I'm just
Oh yeah,
saying.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
But
Definitely.
here, like, they made Yoda CGI, which I think was a terrible decision because I much prefer him in puppet form, and like,
Well, they had to
especially-
make him fight. They
Yeah,
couldn't have a puppet fight.
That's another thing. I don't like that Yoda has a lightsaber. I really don't.
You don't like that?
No.
I thought
I'm
Yoda was
kind-
one of the coolest with the lightsaber.
I do like Yoda with a lightsaber. I mean, it doesn't really make sense that he wouldn't have one. Like, why wouldn't he? But yeah, oh yeah, I did forget to mention this. The original Phantom Menace, Yoda was a crappy looking puppet. The CGI of him is edited in like the Blu-ray version, so if you watch it on Disney Plus, it looks CGI. But that's not how he originally looked. If you look up the original Yoda for Phantom Menace, he looked like horrifying. I don't know.
Yeah, he looks so bad. He looks so
He
bad
looked
in that
very
film.
creepy. It's just a little creepy hand puppet.
He looks like a
It
Sesame
made
Street
Jack Black's
reject.
feet look good.
Okay.
Hey Joe, you gonna check out that email?
No, I'm not.
Oh no.
Okay,
But
good.
yeah, no, he looked like a Sesame Street reject. It was fucking terrible.
No, wait. There was also like another Yoda species named like Yaddle. In that
Yeah,
movie. It was,
wasn't it like a
another-
girl
she was another
Yoda or
puppet.
something?
Yeah, it was a female Yoda in the Jedi Council, and it was also a puppet, but they never CGI'd her, just Yoda. So it still looks like a puppet. if you all
I
together.
will not.
But yeah,
And
Yoda
that is
got
how Grogu was
CGI'd
made.
Yoda got CGI'd in the second movie because it would look silly if a puppet started fighting Christopher Lee.
Right.
So
Honestly, I'd rather see a I'd rather see a Muppet fight than a CGI Yoda fight.
I would be
Yeah.
curious how that would look like.
That would be funny as hell. Just a fucking string attached. You can see the string attached to the puppet, and you just fucking see him just float up in the air. That would be so fucking funny.
It's like Kermit the Frog just being thrown at him.
It would look like a fucking poorly made YouTube video.
This is the one that.
Probably throw better hands than CGI Yoda.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This is the one that introduces Jango Fett, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I will say,
okay.
I will give the movie credit. Christopher Lee, fantastic as Count Dooku, and I love the Kenobi plotline, but it is dragged down by the fucking Twilight fucking romance that this movie has with Anakin and Padme. Terrible.
I swear Twilight has better romance than this.
They do! They fucking do!
I was forced against my will to watch the first one, and I will say, yes, it does have better. It does have better romance than Attack of the Clones.
Oh my god, this one is so fucking bad. I cannot stand this film.
And the thing is, I do love Christopher Lee as Count Dooku, even though technically, if you really think about it, his role in the second and third one is actually very minimal.
Yeah.
I loved him as like Saruman as well in Lord of the Rings.
They
and
wasted Christopher
was
Lee in
great.
this film. Like, the only purpose he had was
Yeah.
just to run away, make negotiations, and shoot lightning at Anakin. That's it.
And yeah, that's pretty much what he is. He was just like the leader of the Separatists.
Like,
And I will
Darth
say-
Maul could not have been the fucking villain. Come on.
Well,
Right.
he was.
I
He
know.
was half the man he was, Joe. So.
I know that.
But I will say the storyline of the second one is it's much more convoluted than the first. You can piece it together if you really think about it, but then if you think about it, you're like, wow, the Jedi are really fucking stupid. Because Count Dooku made the clone army for his enemies, for the Republic, and they never stop to think, why would he do that? They never thought about that. I mean, I know they didn't know that he was Darth Tyrannus, but they saw Jango Fett working for Count Dooku, and they never thought, the bounty hunter who gave us our army at at such a critical moment where we need them, like, it didn't seem suspicious at all to them.
No.
Gosh, it's so dumb.
Is
But, yeah,
anybody... Sorry, go ahead.
The worst part is, yeah, the Anakin and Padme romance. I hated that. And also Anakin's portrayal. This might sound a little weird, but I think they kind of portrayed Anakin as a bit too off-putting and too creepy and evil. Because wasn't the whole point that he was supposed to be a good man who turned evil? He doesn't seem all that good to me in Attack of the Clones. I'm just saying, he straight up says that he wants a dictatorship and slaughters an entire village. That doesn't sound like a good noble man to me.
No, yeah,
So,
just put that
I
put
think-
those clips with Obi-Wan's speech in the first film. No, it would sound like he was talking about a different fucking person entirely.
He is. I think they try to make him too much like Darth Vader early on without realizing that Vader had a complete personality shift. That the whole point of the original trilogy is that he was more like Luke. They should have made him more like Luke, then it would have made his fall much more tragic. But instead, they made him kind of creepy and off-putting from the beginning. And I'm like, how did he go from this kind kid in the first one to this piece of shit? What happened during those 10 years?
Yeah, this dude's going through hormones through the fucking roof, dude. This is
I
fucking
know
terrible.
he's repressed, but I know he's repressed being a Jedi, but still, I mean, like, that's kind of that's a bit much, don't you think?
Yeah, it is really dragged down by Anakin, and like I can't take people seriously when they say, "Oh, Anakin was like goaded and stuff," and like Attack of the Clones is not. What do they see in this film besides the last act? Like,
Even the last act isn't all that impressive.
it's not that good. No, I would much rather watch the Phantom Menace final fight.
Exactly.
Does anybody have any like do you want me to put this in D rather than F, or does it deserve F?
No,
Because I think
F.
it deserves F.
F.
No, episode
F.
2, yeah, episode 2 is F, man. It's F.
All right, now we go to A New Hope for the prequels, which is Revenge of the Sith.
Nice. My
Nice.
second favorite movie.
This movie is really good.
I enjoyed it, yeah.
This saved the prequel trilogy
Oh, yeah.
after the second movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, like, not only does it visually look better than like the second and the first one, there is still some bad acting and dry dialogue, but it is toned down in this movie to where you barely notice it sometimes. I barely notice it. I think they actually really did improve the acting of this movie and the direction style. Everything about this film is like completely great in comparison to the second movie, and I think they did a really good job of showing the fall of the Republic, of the Jedi Order, and Anakin's fall. And I will say I do like how Anakin was portrayed in this movie, where unlike the second one, I actually do see a lot of internal conflict within him, where he has, a conscience telling him the right thing to do, and then there's the selfish side of him that wants to do what he wants to do. He's kind of like a dark kind of Jedi in this movie, and it makes sense for the point in his stage of being a character that he's at. And really, like, the fights, everything about this movie is really good. I think Ian McDiarmid did a fantastic job as Palpatine. He stole the show for me.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is great. Like, even Obi-Wan and Anakin do feel like brothers. It's exactly how Obi-Wan described in A New Hope, where it actually does seem like Anakin was a really good guy, especially in the beginning of the movie, where he cares about Obi-Wan. He even cares about the clones, wants to help them as well, even though they're not really fully even people. He still sees them as people and wants to help them. And it makes its fall way more tragic as well. So, yeah, this movie is, like, leagues better than the second one and even the first one.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Jump, you got anything to say about this?
Yeah, I mean, like, this is the start of the Galactic Empire. You're like, rising to power. So, the Jedi's are decimated. The Republic completely crumbles, and Anakin Skywalker, he gets his powers from the dark side just to go save Padme. So, and
Yeah.
these attempts. And yeah, I mean, like, just the rise of Darth Vader. So, because it was definitely better than episode 2 for sure. But I'm saying that, like, these movies right here, they're so important timeline wise. So you have to watch it. Yeah, and you have to understand, like, what's going on. So, like, but in terms of, like, favorites, I would put 3 over 1 and 2 for sure. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
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 That
I will say, yeah, I do agree that the prequels are important to watch with timeline. You do have to, unfortunately, bear through Attack of the Clones at least once in your life. We all
I
had to
watched it
do
in
it, so you have to
chronological
suffer as
order.
well.
I watched it in chronological order. I watched episodes 1, 2, and 3 first, and then I watched 4, 5, and 6.
well,
I actually do plan on watching Star Wars chronological, but I'm kind of wondering if I should commit 100% and like skip over the second one. I'm
Yeah, you
starting
don't
to
want to
actually.
watch episode 2
I
again.
kind of want. I kind of want to skip over it. I want to be like true to be like, oh, I actually watch it chronologically, but I also kind of don't want to at the same time.
Yeah.
that's a lot of TV shows, movies.
I'm
I think
thinking about it. I'm
I
not
think
gonna
you may,
fully commit.
technically speaking, you have to play the games, video games too. It's Force
Yeah.
The Force Unleashed. You gotta play Force Unleashed. You gotta play. Well,
That's Legends.
I think you also gotta play.
Is that still canon?
No, that's Legends.
It's
Okay.
Legends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't you gotta
Well,
play
I mean, like the
Knights
movies.
of the Old Republic as well? Yeah.
I mean, like I plan on like watching like the first 6, Rogue One, and
Yeah.
like the Clone Wars in chronological. That's like my
Okay.
idea of it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sitting through like 15 different shows and playing all the video games. I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we were supposed to watch The Mandalorian again, so.
That is true, and we did.
I'm actually down for that too. I'm down for that.
it-
I'm down for
A little off topic, but Stephanie, you got thoughts about episode 3?
Yeah, episode 3 is great. You know, like the whole dynamic between like Anakin and how he changes to Darth Vader, and also how he kind of has some sympathy for like Princess Layla and for Luke and for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like he's obviously a bad guy in the movie, but he still has like sympathetic, you know, traits and stuff. You know, he does like a lot of bad things in the movie, like he destroys a bunch of kids, does a lot of bad stuff in the movie.
yeah.
But I mean, you kind of feel bad for him in a way because he gets manipulated by Palpatine, and he thinks that being a bad guy is going to be overall a better choice for him. And meanwhile, you know, being a bad guy is what ends up destroying his relationship with him and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and that's why Obi-Wan Kenobi ends up winning that big fight in the end, which is the best part of the third movie. So overall, like you kind of really between episodes 1 and 3, you really see the whole dynamic between Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and how like Obi-Wan Kenobi stays a good guy throughout all the 3 movies, and meanwhile Anakin kind of changes slowly between the first movie, the second movie he kind of gets a little worse, and then the third movie he just full on becomes a bad guy.
Right.
Yeah, and the thing is like I was saying, like the beginning of the third movie, I wouldn't even describe him as like a bad guy, like besides killing Count Dooku in that sense. I mean, Dooku did kind of deserve it.
He was manipulated
say-
into killing Dooku,
Yeah.
though.
Well, part of him wanted to do it. That was kind of the point.
Ah,
If he
that's
was
true.
truly like there was a part of him that wanted. That's why he was like, I shouldn't. But I liked that conflict where you did see, yeah, he was still trying to be a good man, but like he had like these like temptations into darkness to take revenge or like save someone, and ultimately it was his pursuit of power that really turned him evil, because even for a righteous reason, a pursuit of power can sometimes fully corrupt you. And they even do mention in the original trilogy that the dark side of the Force like consumes you and twists you and stuff. That's why that is why he changed so quickly. Like people were kind of like wondering sometimes, like, why did he go from like reluctantly agreeing to Palpatine to slaughtering kids? It's because of the dark side. He has like an evil force flowing through his body, making him do bad things and making him justify it. I mean, that's what happened.
You know what it kind of is relatable to? Kind of like Stranger Things, like that source that in Stranger Things is taking over the entire town, and everyone becomes evil because of it.
The Mind Flayer?
Yeah. Like the Mind Flayer like takes over the entire town from Stranger Things, and everybody becomes evil because of it. Before they were perfectly fine, but now with the Mind Flayer, you know, it takes over the town and everyone becomes evil because of it.
I mean,
it's kind of like what Anakin went through.
I mean, Stranger Things is a separate thing because like you haven't seen season 5, but they kind of changed a little bit of that.
They retconned everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
they
a
did.
separate topic. We talked about it in like a previous episode, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but it is similar to that.
It
It's
is, yeah.
like Anakin does have some sense of agency, but it's like it brings out the worst in people and then amplifies those negative qualities. That's pretty much what it's like. So
Yeah.
he's partly to blame, but also there is the fact that the Force is real. The characters acknowledge the fact that yes, it does partially control your actions, and yes, there is also like the mental mind things that Palpatine's doing to him.
Mm.
And the thing is, like, he knew this guy for 13 years, so they obviously are like really like have like a bond. That's probably
Right.
really hard for him to wrap his head around the fact that this guy is evil. It's really hard for you to think of someone you knew for 13 years who's been like a father to you actually is pretty bad. That's like really hard for you to handle.
Yeah, but didn't he have a relationship with all the Star Wars characters, Anakin?
Well, yeah, but
In
Palpatine's is much more like
yeah.
personal.
yeah, he's saying the personal bond with Palpatine.
Yeah.
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 You know, Tasha would like this answer, but another example I thought of was in Super Paper Mario with the Dark Heart. Like, there's like a Chaos Heart or a Dark Heart or something that gets put into the game because of into the storyline because Bowser and Peach. Well, Peach is forced to marry Bowser in the beginning of the game, and that's how the Chaos Heart becomes a thing. And that's how you have Count Black, who's kind of similar to Palpatine in the game. But I kind of thought of like Super Paper Mario a little bit as like Star Wars, which I thought was pretty cool. Because I know me and Tasha, I think, are very used to Super Paper Mario.
Yeah, that is true.
If you haven't played that, if you haven't played that game, definitely play it. I recommend it.
So for
Yeah.
I'll speed run my thoughts about Revenge because we need to move on.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed Revenge of the Sith. I thought it was a very good conclusion and kind of wraps up the prequel storyline with a good bow. It has the most iconic fight in the series besides the Luke fight, which is like Battle of the Heroes. I enjoyed Anakin's turn to the dark side. I think the Emperor did a very good job. Kenobi was also great. It still has the dry acting, like Jake said, and some of the visuals don't really hold up that much, but I do think that this film, though not up there with the original three, I would definitely say it's one of the better films in the entire series. It's very good.
Personally,
Yeah.
for me, I would put it as my second favorite, but I mean, whatever floats your boat.
I would put it in A, but if you guys want to put it in S, that's okay too.
Yeah,
I'll put this in A, in my opinion. I mean, it could be a close S minus if that's the thing.
S minus,
But
yeah, I feel like S minus would work.
If
Yeah.
there was an S minus, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess you could put it up there in S. Just put it behind everything else. I would still make it like an S minus.
Or
Yeah.
that's an A plus. Yeah, or A plus, whatever. A plus.
S minus,
A
A plus.
S minus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So,
I guess just
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
All right, yeah. So, there's actually introduced one of my favorite Star Wars characters of all time, General Grievous. I actually like Grievous.
Grievous, yeah, Grievous was good. I enjoyed him.
Grievous
Yeah.
is a good character.
Uh,
Actually, I think he appeared in the. He's gone. Oh, you're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Grievous actually appeared in the 2003 Clone Wars cartoon. I think that's when
yes,
first
he
showed
did,
up.
and that actually explains
Oh,
how
okay.
how he got his why he coughs so much.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't see Anakin as like. I'm gonna be real quick with this. Like he was just plagued by visions of Padme like dying in childbirth, for their baby, and just having visions that were eventually like completely manipulated by Palpatine himself. And he was trying to do that in order to save his wife's death. So, and he was just desperate, and he thought that was like the only way how to go do it. But
Yeah.
turns out that it was really therefore Darth Sidious coming here just revealing himself, and giving him this secret power. But the secret power was actually just to help empower the Galactic Empire. So I don't know, I never really saw him as a bad guy. I just saw him as someone who just had to go deal with
He
circumstances.
wanted to
and
fight for his wife, basically. Like he wanted
Yeah,
to
yeah.
save her life, and it turns out no, it's like she's dead anyways, and if anything,
Yeah,
he's the
yeah.
one who caused her death. So
Yeah. It wasn't through the force choke. It was through like the breaking.
it was a broken heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
So-
do that.
So for just to move on, I've seen the Clone Wars movie a while ago. I don't remember much of it. I just remember not liking it. It's basically a pilot to the show, but it's also kind of like, oh, let's rescue Jabba's son, the movie. You know,
Do you have the show on here as well?
the show is on here. Yes, it's they're going based off of when it ended, so it's after the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, when it
so-
ended. Okay, because I would say it began before the Force Awakens. Okay, so
yeah, no,
you're
it
saying when
began
ended.
after
Okay.
Revenge of the Sith, but yeah, no, this is the movie, and I didn't like the movie, so I'll just put an F. If anybody else has seen it, let me know.
I never actually saw it. I never actually saw the movie. I just seen the show.
Jump, have you
Yeah,
seen
I
it?
seen this. I seen the show a long time ago, but not the movie. No.
Not the movie. Okay, yeah, I'll put an
Yeah.
F. The Force Awakens. This is when Disney started buying started milking the fucking franchise. Jake has some thoughts about it, but
Oh
I
boy.
still kind of
Oh,
like
boy.
this film.
Well, the thing is that I like it better than Episode 8. I will say that, but I have a few problems with it because Star Wars really did not need to have a sequel trilogy, and I kind of feel it ruined some things from the original 6 movies. Namely, they never explain where the First Order came from. They only explain that later on in like comics and like later things. So I'm just thrown into the story. The Empire was destroyed, happy ending. Now there's the First Order. I'm like, who are these people? Where do they come from? No explanation. And then you have Darth Vader ripoff with Kylo Ren, except he's wearing like the robes. He looks like Ghostface from Scream with like the robes and stuff. And then it's like they're trying to remake the original trilogy of Star Wars, but given no context behind it at all. And they had like this whole thing of like Anakin being the chosen one and stuff. He's gonna bring balance to the Force, and he redeems himself at the end of Episode 6. But there's still the dark side now. It's like the dark side just grew back. It's like there was balance for like 20 years, and that was it. Bye. Nothing. We don't need any more balance now.
Okay.
And
yeah, I get your point on all those.
like this prophecy was like written like thousands and thousands of years ago, speaking about a small 20-year period. Yeah, that makes sense. Not an everlasting thing, just a small 20-year thing. Luke going into exile makes no sense because he would have fought with the Resistance. There were some like quote unquote funny moments that were unfunny funny moments to me.
Dude,
I felt like
the prequels also had that.
they did have that as well. Yes. I kind of feel like Rey was a bit of an underdeveloped character in the sense that she didn't like she went through some form of an arc. Like there was an arc there. It just wasn't as good, I would say. But I would say what doesn't really make a lot of sense is her instant mastery of the Force, where in Empire, Luke had a hard time even pulling his lightsaber into his hand. He couldn't even do it. Like, he was very strong with the Force. Like, he was, like, about as strong as Anakin was in the Force, and yet even he, without training, was not able to pull the lightsaber. But she's just able to do it just because, and that doesn't make any sense. And she's able to fight a Force user with more experience. Also doesn't make a lot of sense. And win, because like when Luke fought Vader, he lost because Vader was far more experienced. And I would say Kylo Ren is far more experienced and has the Skywalker blood in him, so he should be very powerful. But I don't know, he was kind of a pussy throughout the movie. He was throwing temper tantrums and shit. He was kind of an underwhelming character. He was only intimidating when he had the mask on, and then when he takes it off, it just kind of... I'm like, oh, that's what you look like? Oh, that's not that.
Oh no, he's hot!
I'm like, I'm real scared now.
Oh no, I'm scared.
And I don't know, they could have done a lot better with this movie. I feel like if you were to make a Star Wars sequel trilogy, I wouldn't have made it like this if I would have even made it at all. Like, I was happy to see some of the legacy characters return, like Han Solo and all that stuff, only for them to kill him off. But
well, to be fair,
kind
Harrison wanted that, so
he did. I just kind of feel like it was partly a remake of the original trilogy, just with less context, and also trying to throw in the original characters into there for continuity, but the continuity already doesn't make sense in of itself. So already that's kind of a problem. So I will say the acting is better than the prequel trilogy. It's just, I kind of feel the nature of the film and of itself it didn't have a lot going for it. Maybe I'm a little bit too harsh on the movie. Overall, I like it better than like episode 2, and I do like it better than like the like episode 8, for example. I really hated that. So I do like this film better than that. There are some good things to be found in this movie that I did find myself enjoying, but overall, I kind of feel like it was kind of unnecessary and didn't have really like good explanations for like who the bad guys were, why they were there, like, or good way to like tie everything together. It kind of felt like its own thing that was like separate from everything else. Yet it was episode 7. I kind of feel like it was more like a remake, really. If anything.
I mean, I get your points and all that, but I'm still a defender of this film. I get your points. You might be a little too harsh, but also it might be a little justified at the same time, because these two films did not help this one at all. I will say the positives for Force Awakens, I think it is... I really love Finn and Kylo Ren in this film. I think they're the two best characters in the entire film. Finn, mainly because I liked how he became like a stormtrooper. He was a stormtrooper, and then he did not like the First Order at all. He wanted out, and what should have happened was he should have been a Jedi, which I'm fucking pissed they didn't do that. They ruined his arc. But in here, I kind of...
a cool arc.
I think he was really... He should have been the main character, and this is coming from someone who... And I'm going to get flack for this. I liked Rey only in The Force Awakens. I did not like her in The Last Jedi or The Rise of Skywalker. She had a lot of potential in this film, though. She should not have gotten the lightsaber. Yeah. I think that's dumb. But in terms of, like, a side character, she's actually pretty good. She's, like...
I will say, I do agree with you, yeah, that these characters had a lot of potential, and they set up like plot points that could have paid off later on if they did it in a good way, which they didn't. But
yeah,
I will say, yeah, I agree with you on that.
It feels like a copy and paste of A New Hope, yes, because there are a lot of moments where it's like, oh shit, that's from A New Hope. That's from what the fuck? They copied A New Hope, but. At the same time, I loved the action, and I'm happy they went back to practical effects in this film, because the only two things that were CGI'd in this film were Maz and Snoke. Everything else was practical.
Okay, yeah, I do. That is why it looked visually pretty good. I will say, yeah, the visuals were good.
Yeah, and Han Solo, like, yeah, I don't like how he divorced Leia. Yeah, I don't like how, like, he became, like, an old bum. But Harrison still did a good job, despite the fact he did this for a big paycheck. I still enjoyed his role in the film, and Poe again had a lot of potential, but a lot, like, if you take the last two out of there, it's still a fine enough movie. I would still rank it above like for me it's A tier, maybe like like high B tier, but I can understand why people don't like it or are underwhelmed by it, but if you take the other two out and pretend they don't exist, this is kind of a fine movie. It's kind of alright. Yeah,
I did like it when it first came out, because it came with the expectation that they were going to get better as well. And because I figured, oh, we'll explore more, like, you know, later on how these things came to be. So I think it's because I've seen the next two movies is probably why I'm a little harsh on it. Because if you, do take the movie in isolation, it's probably not as bad, because it's like, maybe they'll explain stuff later on, but they didn't really do a good job at that. And that's kind of like to blame with the other two movies.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of hard to make a sequel trilogy for Star Wars to begin with. I think that is kind of a very hard task to do.
Yeah.
So, I will say they did a decent job considering that they didn't really have a lot going for them to begin with.
If they
It's
had
hard to live up to the standard.
Yeah, if they had a plan going forward, this would be a good trilogy. And I'd argue they did have a plan because Force Awakens and The Last Jedi were filmed back to back. But and like even the sequel Defenders can say this, The Rise of Skywalker ruined everything. And we'll get to that later.
Yeah, but I also feel Episode 8 was also like Last Jedi also.
The Last
plan
Jedi
that
was
they already
heavily
had.
controversial, but
Yeah,
yeah. We'll give the mic to Jump now. What did you think of Force Awakens?
This one was I didn't really like this one too much. Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of like with Episode 8, it kind of just felt like its own unique thing. I do understand like the story with and the dynamics with wait, this episode episode
Is this is
eight,
episode 7?
episode 8?
Yeah.
Is that episode 7? No, episode 7. Oh, okay. We're not on 8 yet. Oh, sorry.
No, we're not on 8.
No, episode
Yeah, we'll get to 8.
Episode 7. Okay, my bad. Episode 7. That's with the Resistance and the First Order. And
This is the one with Han Solo, yes.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like I'm kind of with Jake on this one. It kind of just felt like its own unique puzzle piece in the whole Star Wars lore. It doesn't really necessarily feel like an actual sequel to like all the other trilogies.
Yeah.
So they were kind of like doing their own thing with this one. I did like Finn. I really do like his character, but I just wasn't like all that sold onto Kylo Ren. His lightsaber is fucking awesome though, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, he wants to go finish what Darth Vader once started. I don't know. I mean, like, it was okay. The fights were alright, but like, it didn't really gravitate towards me like with what was happening with the universe and the order. I just didn't let necessarily like too much of it.
Yeah.
It was all right. It was all right. But I know that for a fact, it kind of felt like they're really trying to push a whole bunch of narratives or like additions to like explain it in their own unique way. Remember, this was the first one that came out after I think Disney bought Star Wars, and then Lucasfilm sold it for like $4 billion. But so like there was a whole bunch of like changes that kind of like shook some things up. Some things worked, some things didn't. It was all right. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys put this? Because I would fight for A, but I know it's not going there. So like maybe B or C.
I would say B.
Aren't 7 through 9 considered the worst movies?
9, yes, and maybe 8, but not 7. I think 7 people put that pretty high.
So maybe like a B, I guess.
But we're not going
B.
based off of popular belief. We're going based off of what we think.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them.
Because
I haven't
I
seen
put this
any
shit
other
in
movies
A tier,
besides-
so like I'm definitely in the minority, but I would
I
say
haven't seen
B.
any other movies past episode 6.
Oh, you haven't seen them? Oh. We can put it in B.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'll put it below Phantom Menace.
But put it in B. Yeah, I would say B.
So next up is Rogue One, which I will say this is definitely the best one Disney has done.
Yep, by far.
Oh yeah.
Amazing film.
Rogue One was fantastic. I love Rogue One. I love Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was great. Like Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I love that. It was such a great movie. I didn't know what to expect when I went into the theaters because I didn't know much about this movie. I mean, like when I went to watch it, I'm like, okay, it's like a Star Wars like side quest thing. It's not like a main episode. It's like a story. I wasn't thinking much of it, but I was blown away about how good this movie was. Everything, like the characters, the story, the ending, everything, and how it ties into everything.
Right.
I agree.
Rogue Rogue One was just like a great bridge into A New Hope. And you have to, and then like between Andor and Episode 4. So yeah, it was fantastic. Man. I love that film. Like,
So
Yeah.
this came out before episode 8?
Yes, this came out
yeah.
after before the Last Jedi. Yes.
Well, it was a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, 20. No, Rogue One was 2016, and then
It was
Jedi
around the
2017.
time Carrie Fisher passed away, so yeah, it was 2016.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Rogue One is fantastic. I think ironically, I think Jyn Erso's the worst character in the film. I really loved K2SO and Andor, and especially in like considering his show came out, he's the GOAT. I love how they tied in basically A New Hope and stuff. Darth Vader, don't even get me started on him. We're gonna be here all day.
Darth Vader was a freaking problem, dog.
If
He was
there's
a problem.
if
They
there's
had
one
no
thing
answer.
Disney got right, it's Darth Vader 100%. They made him a
Oh, yeah.
fucking beast in these films.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I actually did like Jyn Erso. I thought she was pretty good.
I mean, she's good. It's just not like I wish it was Andor. Now, like that, I've seen the show. I wish it was Andor that was the center focus, but I get it.
Yeah, but
But-
this is before Andor. If you look at it in isolation.
No, this is after. Oh, or are you talking about
I
like
mean, release
order? Yeah, that makes sense. to
Yeah,
me.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
before
release
in
it.
that sense because no one knew who he was before this movie. I think it's because of this movie.
No one knew
he
who
had
any
a
of these
show.
characters were.
Yeah, no one knew who any of them were. But I loved Andor even in this movie.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was such a great character.
Mm-hmm.
They all were. I mean, like that entire crew was really good.
Yeah, the Rebel Outcast, yeah, for sure.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
I will say that as much as I want to put this in S, it gets A for me just because the CGI on Tarkin and Leia are awful.
Oh.
And I think
Wow.
it's a huge disrespect because recasting is still a thing. You did it for Han, like 2 years later. Like, I feel like someone else would play
Well,
Tarkin really well, not someone who
would you
died
know-
like 50 years ago.
Well, I was gonna ask, would you know if it was Tarkin? I mean, I guess if they said it, I think it just ties it in better because I think they were expecting people to, you know, go into Rogue One and tie into A New Hope. I get it. The CGI wasn't the best, but it was, you know, they didn't make a lot of like CGI characters back then that were like fully human, you know.
Right. Mhm.
This came out 2016. The CGI wasn't like, you know, the best when it came to making CGI people.
Mm.
Like if you make like a CGI like creature like the Hulk, that's a little different than making a person because you have to map it off of like a real person who existed. Maybe it didn't look the best, but I did appreciate like trying to bring back those legacy characters in that way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do I wish the CGI was better? Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
they could have had like a look-alike and then put like the CGI over them.
Well, yeah, to be fair, they did it with Luke, and at the end of the day, if you're gonna CGI someone that's dead, get permission from the family first. Because I think they
Oh,
did
they
that
didn't
with...
get
Yeah.
permission?
I don't well, I don't know, don't quote me on this, I don't think they did, but either way, like, I think it's just weird to have someone who's been dead since, like, I think he died in, like, the 90s, showing up in this film. It's extremely weird. That's like having Alec Guinness show up in this film. Like, it doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, as long as if they're gonna do something like that, as long as like you know, give tribute to the actor and the family, like give them like, you know, like a pay.
Wait,
Yeah.
didn't they CGI Tarkin in Revenge of the Sith the very end when they were making the
No,
Death
I think
Star?
that was a young guy that played as him.
I thought that was CGI. It looked just like
Was
him.
it CGI? Let me search it up. Was Tarkin CGI'd?
It was one scene. Like, he is there, standing there.
No, he was not.
He was not? That's a different guy?
Yeah, a younger version of Tarkin was portrayed by Wayne Pygram. Pygram? I don't know. Using heavy prosthetic makeup. Because of the practical prosthetics, his brief, non-speaking appearance at the very end of the film is shot from a distance and in shadow. So yeah, okay, that makes sense. Because I knew it wasn't CGI, or like they didn't try to do what they did. So
Maybe they
okay.
could have brought that guy back. Just put makeup on him, make him look older.
I mean, yeah, they brought back the chick from the fuck, Mon Mothma. They brought her back, so might as well, you know.
Oh yeah, she was in like I think she was in Revenge of the Sith in a deleted scene. But yeah, it's the same actress.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. But where would you guys put this? I would put this in A, but where would you guys put this?
Is this a TV show?
It's a movie.
No, it's Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Oh, episode. Wait, which movie?
It's a spin-off
Rogue
from the episodes.
Oh, so we haven't gone to episode 8 yet. How many movies are there?
There's 12 now. There's 12.
Yeah.
But
Oh, okay.
Is A tier good?
Eight's fine.
I would say A. I would say A for this one. Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic story, fantastic characters. CGI, yeah, it could use some work, but it wasn't really like way too off-putting for me.
Yeah.
But the story got its point across. Andor was this freaking beast. Jen Erso, she was pretty cool too. Like I didn't really like I had too many problems with her. Because I understand where she was coming from, and like that trauma focused situation that they had with sorry, the trauma focused situation that they had, and the way how they had to go like destroy the Death Star. They're doing their best in order to go do so. I think they pretty much failed, but like it was still good though. Yeah.
They didn't fail. They got the plans.
Yeah, they got the plans, and then Leia got it. So they did complete the mission.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it for Tasha, but babe, when we watch this film, I'm gonna mute myself during a moment because there's a moment at the end that I would say is the best in the entire fucking series, and the reason why I'm gonna mute is because I'm gonna fucking squeal during it. It's so good.
Yeah. I don't really think that she should really be listening from this point on. I hope we didn't spoil too much about Rogue One because she hasn't seen that yet.
I don't. To be honest, I don't know if she. I don't know if she's still here. Number 1 and 2. I'm not sure if she cares or not. I'm not sure.
She might forget. She might get spoiled. I don't know. It's just.
I think it just depends if she's still
doesn't
here.
know.
But yeah, no, I'm saying that like without like spoiling it. Like everybody knows what I'm talking about, but for Tasha it's a mystery. So, but these are all good before the Dark Times, before the Last Jedi. So, the Last Jedi, fucking hell, man. I have a complicated relationship with this fucking film because the first act is horrible, but I kind of enjoyed the last half of the film. Because, like, I enjoyed, like, let me get the flaws out of the way. Fuck what they did with Luke. Fuck what they did with all these characters and everything.
And Snoke.
Snoke especially, yeah. I don't like how they built up Snoke just to kill him. It's terrible. And I just don't like how they handled Leia having, like, a fucking Mary Poppins moment where she's fucking floating in space.
That's exactly what it is, Mary Poppins.
Yeah,
a spoonful of the Force will make the medicine go down.
Yeah.
Should have given her an umbrella.
Rose was completely pointless, especially the Codebreaker fucking storyline. That was terrible. They made Luke a fucking hermit, and I don't like how Chewie was sidelined. Especially, I hated. Kylo was decent in the film, but he still wasn't great. Rey became annoying. This movie's a fucking mess, but I will say the visuals are still fantastic. I loved that fight in the throne room with like Kylo and Rey and fighting all those guys after they killed Snoke. That was cool, and I liked the Yoda cameo, and I liked the end fight with Luke, but that's about it.
Episode 8 was.
This movie's a fucking mess.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was like I did not like Luke Skywalker at all, being that hermit character. And they had like way too many inconsistencies with the subplots and plots and just like humor. The character arcs was just all over the place. Um,
He
then
tried to
like
kill his nephew, dude.
yeah, the overall they had way too many lore breaks and plot holes. It was just all over it was just horrible. Yeah, tone and humor was bad. The pacing was just off the fucking chain, and I'm saying that in a bad way, not a good way. The identities of Rey's parents and the son, definitely the main villain, like which is Supreme Leader Snoke. So Snoke had no backstory. Frustrated me when I watched the film. It was just horrible, and the fact that like there was no real grinding momentum to actually like push this in a much better place. So let's set up the episode 9. It was just bad. Everything was just like completely dragged down, bare bones with execution, and like there was just way more questions than answers with this one. This Reign of the Last Jedi, honestly, could have made this the last movie if we're just being real honest with y'all.
Right.
Yeah, this right here is a definite B minus F. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was horrible. It was fucking horrible. Yeah.
I usually, like, especially as a kid, like movies when I first see it in theaters. I hated this movie when I first saw it in theaters, and I've never liked it.
Yeah.
I've always hated this film. I agree with you what they did with Luke. He was a hermit. He tried to kill his nephew. He contemplated about killing his nephew. Didn't do anything to help. He was just an asshole. Rey was not that compelling of a main character. Rose, I forgot she existed, to be completely honest.
Yeah, dude, Rose was so
her.
fucking bad, dude.
Both Finn and Rose were not meaningful at all, bro. They didn't contribute to any of the main conflict.
No, it was terrible.
And
what the fuck were they doing?
When you mentioned Codebreaker, that triggered a memory where they wouldn't shut the hell up about Codebreaker. Because I forgot that was a storyline.
Like, I unlocked like a fucking Winter
like,
Soldier code or whatever. Like, oh god, no, please.
Like a flood of memories.
Wait.
We need to find the Codebreaker. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
I remember I barely even remember this movie. I remember something about gambling at one point.
Yeah, no, that was the Codebreaker. He was a gambler.
That was the code. Okay, that's what that storyline was. I remember being bored out of my fucking mind. I could not sit through that at all. I'm like, why?
Can we go back to I don't like sand, please?
It was terrible. There was like a race as well, I think.
Yeah.
Like wasn't there like a creature race?
It's like fucking camel llamas or some shit. I don't fucking remember the beasts.
Camel llamas.
I don't fucking remember those fucking animals. I don't remember the first half of this film. I only remember the second half.
I remember like that fight with like the speeders that turned the salt red. I have like vague jumbled up memories here and there of this movie. I just remember not liking it, so I tried to force it out of my brain.
Yeah, dude.
You talking about the speed chase with the resistance fleet? That one?
At the end with like the big cannon.
That was bad too. That was bad.
I didn't really like that very
down.
much.
It was bare bones, dragged down, slow ass speed chase, bro. Like,
I don't all I'm remembering is just that the sand turned red, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool," and then I kind of zoned out in the theater.
Yeah.
That's all I really
shit!
remember.
It's red sand.
So,
cool.
I was just thinking about how is that working. I wasn't paying attention to the fight. I'm like, how does sand change color when it flies over?
I think that was salt. I don't think that was sand.
So it's like a. Is that what that? I don't know. I was just thinking about that stuff as the fight was happening because I didn't care. But I was just trying to think about I was looking at colors instead of looking at the actual fight and giving a shit because I was so bored.
What was that? It was that Yo Mama joke. Yeah, directed at General Hux at the beginning.
Oh fucking hell! I forgot about that.
What was that? Yo,
wait, there was a Yo Mama joke.
There was, I think. Holy shit.
Yeah. The tone and humor was just completely transparent. Like, what is this?
Was Hux the guy? Was Huck's the guy who was like, I just want Kylo Ren to lose. I don't
Yes,
care
it's
if he
that guy.
wins."
It's the redhead dude.
It's that guy? Okay. I don't remember that.
Like, dude, like it
Yeah,
was just
and
bad,
Poe, I think, was pranking him, like, "Oh, I'm sorry, who is this?" or whatever the fuck, and he's like, "It's your mom," or whatever the fuck. I'm like, "What the fuck is this shit? You're having a Yo Mama joke in a fucking Star Wars film?"
Star Wars. What? Who does that? Like, is it? They were really trying. They were really trying to like egg in the fact that this is for kids or like a younger adolescents. But ain't no kid in the world right now in this day and age. Even back then when the movie was made or released, ain't no kid saying that. So like, dude, it was just.
Let's just put this in F and be done with it.
Plain tone, plain humor. Like, this is bad.
Yeah, I'd put this above Attack of the Clones, but this is still bad.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's kind of just as bad. I don't know. It's really, really bad.
Yeah, fair enough. Rebels. I don't remember much about this, but I remember it being pretty good.
I saw it when I was younger. I watched it with my dad. There was a site called Disney XD, I believe it was called.
Yeah.
And it was on there, and I watched it with Dad. I do remember liking it. I have not rewatched it since then, so I have kind of vague memories, but I remember characters like Ahsoka showed up, and Maul, and there was like a cool Vader episode I remember.
Oh, dude, that Vader episode was so good.
I remember like there was a moment where like I think Maul blinded Kanan and stuff. It was a really good
I think that was the same
show.
episode.
It was, I think. But yeah, this show for the most part, I think I remember liking it. I didn't like it as much as I liked the Clone Wars, but I will have to rewatch the show to see what I really think about it. Because, yeah, I mean, like, the show had, like, a lot of good things going for it. It didn't live up to the Clone Wars necessarily, but... And the animation was different. I just remember when I was a kid being disappointed about the Ben Kenobi versus Darth Maul fight, how he kills him in, like, 3 hits.
Yeah,
I was
hated
upset.
that.
The main thing I was upset about was not just the scene in and of itself, the build up to it, because prior to that, every episode they had like a foreshadowing of like what was gonna come next in the season, and every single time on that channel they kept on showing and hyping up the fact that Obi-Wan's gonna fight Darth Maul again. They kept on hyping it up, and then 3 hits and he's dead. And I'm like, why the fuck were you hyping that up for like the past 5 episodes in like the previews? Because that's what like they do on TV. Why were they hyping it up just for it to be so anticlimactic? I just hated that.
Yeah, I agree.
They should not have hyped that up, because that really ruined it for me, because they were acting like it was going to be this big deal when it wasn't. They should have just kept it silent.
Yeah, I never really got into Rebels. I like you said, I probably should, and we should probably watch it. But I'd say B. I'd probably put this in a B.
Yeah, B is fine.
Jump. Have you seen Rebels?
No, but I heard some good and some bad about it. Some people said it was better than the Clone Wars itself. Some people said that.
No, I don't think it's better than Clone Wars.
It's not better than Clone Wars. Yeah, I mean,
it's not.
Yeah. Okay. I heard that dynamics of the Rebels was actually pretty good. Was it more family friendly this time around?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was definitely made for kids.
Oh, definitely made for kids. Okay.
Especially Chopper and fucking Ezra.
Okay.
Clone Wars had some darker story arcs than this.
Oh yeah. Is B good, Jake? Because I feel like it might be C.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while, but it might be C or B. I'm not really sure because I haven't seen it in years.
Above
I
or
just
below
remember. Maybe above. I'm not sure. Maybe you can put it above.
I'll put it above Force Awakens.
Yeah, I would put it above Force Awakens. I don't know. I haven't seen it in years. I just remember vague bits and pieces of it. I remember liking it. I'll have to rewatch it again to see what I really think about it.
Yeah. Another one that I think is an underrated gem, Solo, A Star Wars Story. I thought this was good.
It's overhated. I will say that.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm.
Like it doesn't have anything to do with like the main story, but it is a good origin story for Han.
I will say, like, is it somewhat unnecessary? Sure. Like, me, I do see the flaws, but overall, I did not really think it was like a terrible movie by any regard. I did still enjoy the movie for the most part. It is unlike Episode 7, that's actually said to be Episode 7 and 8. This says it's a Star Wars story. It's a side thing, like Rogue One. It's a side plot, so it's allowed to kind of be its own thing a little bit. So, even if it felt disconnected, that's okay, because that's what it was supposed to be in the first place.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the guy who played as Han does a really good job. Like, he doesn't look or sound like Han, but he has that feel that Han has in the original trilogy that I thought was really good.
He did play the character well. I don't know why people really hated on this movie very much. I really truly don't.
Yeah, I don't know either. The only thing I had a problem with was when Darth Maul showed up, but that's about it.
You had a problem with that?
I mean, it was cool seeing him, don't get me wrong, but it kind of distracted from the film. Like, okay, what the fuck is Darth Maul doing here? Like, half these people probably didn't even know he was alive.
I will say, yeah, if you didn't know that he was alive after Clone Wars, that would kind of be a little jarring. But I knew he was still alive. I think we both did when we watched it. So that wasn't a surprise.
Yeah, because Darth Maul was revealed to be alive like 5 years prior. So, like, we knew that. But even so, like, what does Maul have to do with Solo? Like, and I feel like
probably going to explore that later on in other stories, but they never made another one.
Yeah, that's true, because this one did poorly. So, but I think they're gonna kind of wrap up that storyline in Maul's Shadow Lord. So that might be the case.
And also, really, they should make more of those Star Wars story things, because Rogue One did amazing. Just because you had one film that didn't do so well doesn't mean you should end the entire thing. That's like
they should have done that with The Last Jedi.
It's like ending the prequel trilogy just because Attack of the Clones sucked. I mean, you had like a really good movie, Rogue One, and then a movie that wasn't as good, was like not terrible, but was like overhated. Okay, well, like you can rebound by making another Rogue One again, or like a movie like it. I mean, they didn't really have to stop making those like sub stories.
Yeah, I agree. Jump, have you seen this?
Nah, I don't know. I don't know what's this movie.
Yeah. Jake, where would you put this? Because for me, it's either B or C.
Probably C.
Yeah,
maybe B, C.
Yeah, I'll put it in C. I don't think anybody's seen fucking Star Wars Resistance, so I'll just put that there.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, me too. All right. I think we all know where this is going. I'm just gonna put it here. Rise of Skywalker's bad.
Yeah.
That's just...
I'm only putting it above Attack of the Clones because I think it looks it only looked the only thing that I would say is better than Attack of the Clones is like the reason why I think Rise of Skywalker is better than Attack of the Clones is because it looks better. Everything else is just as bad, if not worse, than Attack. So
yeah.
Rise of Skywalker was just fucking horrible.
It was an embarrassment. Like holy shit.
Horrible pacing, bad story writing.
I will say this for Attack of the Clones.
They retconned The Last Jedi. Like, they messed up the Rey character, Luke character, everything.
I will say one thing that makes Attack of the Clones better than this is that at least Attack of the Clones is somewhat relevant to the prequels. It's actually relevant to the plot. This ruined the plot that Episode 7 and 8 already had, and 8 didn't already have a lot going for it. So I would probably put it below Attack of the Clones, to be completely honest. Because at least Attack of the Clones has at least some level of importance to like the main Star Wars movies. Like I said, you have to see it at least once, or rather bear through it at least once. But I don't know, this movie, like Episode 8 already, I already did not like where the story was going. This definitely changed where the story was going, but somehow took it down a worse path than what I thought it was going to go down. Oh
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Jump,
it's a thing.
Jump, you're the tiebreaker. Is this better or worse than Attack?
I say worse. I mean, like, dude,
Say
this
worse?
movie,
Okay.
Rise
I
of
say
Skywalker,
worse.
is a dramatic fetch
Yeah,
quest.
it's worse.
They retconned everything. They destroyed Rey's character. Oh my God, they Rey's character. Her ordinary lineage.
Yeah, they
Um,
reckon the origin. Yep.
Bringing
They
back the Emperor
minimized.
was a huge mistake.
Yeah. Well, people didn't like what they did with Rose Tico. That led to like a lot of backlash. Well, Kylo Ren's. Yeah, Kylo Ren was just. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Like, why did this helmet get restored back? Like, and like it had too much. Yeah, it had just way too many MacGuffins as well. Like, it's just the pacing and the plot devices. It just completely overarched everything that was set up for the last movie. Sorry, the Last Jedi. And it nothing really like held on together like Luke. It just didn't. And like it was just it was just a messed up, frantic MacGuffin fest that like just completely made everything like not dissolve but like unravel itself just in a bad way. They really peeled back a lot of the curve as well with this one, and a lot of stuff just didn't make any sense. Like, well, with more massive plot holes, uh, characters weren't really all that appealing in this one. I didn't really like it, like anything that was happening here this time around. The writing was just completely off, and it they just kept going back and forth for what works and what didn't. They were just really trying to like recycle what was good, what could probably work in what should have been left out, but stuff that should have been left out, or stuff that or ideas that should never been in the film. Um, why would you question for this to even like work in the first place?
Hmm.
Like they didn't know they were doing that. I feel like this is when things completely fell flat. This was like the start of the dark ages for Star Wars. Like it was, I think this was like the worst movie ever. Like in
No,
in the
not
in the
the.
movie cinema history.
It, in like, are you
I
talking
believe
about in
so.
general, or are you talking about Star Wars
I'm talking about it with the movies. With movies, I think this is the
with the
one like
movies?
one of the worst, if not the worst. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I think it's slightly better than Attack of the Clones, but I get it. It's a fucking terrible movie. If
They were
anything,
trying.
they should redo it.
Yeah. They need to redo it, just like remake this completely like from scratch, like build it from the ground up all over again. And they were trying to they were trying to resolve too many massive storylines in one movie, but everything just it didn't hold up. And like they were just like passing this torch of an idea, passing that torch of an idea, just trying to like make everything hold together, but not. Didn't
Yeah.
work.
We're gonna speed
Yeah,
run the rest of this because we don't have too much time.
it
So
was way too tough.
the Clone Wars TV show, fucking amazing. I love this show.
Yep, S tier.
That is S. Like, I would put this like above Revenge of the Sith. It is very good.
Yeah,
It improved my viewing of Revenge of the Sith.
Mm-hmm. It has the best ending in the entire show. It brought back some amazing characters, mainly Darth Maul. Ahsoka is one of the best characters in the entire saga, honestly. It improved on Kenobi. Anakin has great arcs. Some are worse than others, but I still think it holds up today. It's very good.
hmm I agree. Yeah, it deserves to be an S tier.
I haven't seen Star Wars Visions.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I never heard of it until today.
I've heard of it, and I just never checked it out.
Yeah. The Mandalorian. I'd say
The first season was good.
okay. So this is complicated because I fucking love the first two seasons, but season 3 was bad. I didn't like season 3.
Yeah.
I'd say A, like top of A.
Yeah, probably A because while I did really enjoy the first 2 seasons, that third season wasn't that good. And didn't you have to see that episode of Book of Boba Fett to understand season 3?
Yeah, but Book of Boba Fett fuck this show. Fuck the show and everything it stands for.
Yeah.
Fuck
I
this
actually was.
show.
I was actually
Yeah.
about to go put on the list because like I'm just like with Jake, I'm watching everything in chronological order. So I know. So once again, I'm saying that like I'm gonna have to sift through some crap, you know. But
Mine's
it
more of a
was
selective chronological.
okay, yeah, okay. It was a selective chronological. I'm actually following it chronologically, like start to finish. Like
Yeah.
I dealt with I've seen some bad shit. We're not going to talk about like the beginning because you guys hate that. I think you guys hate that even worse than this show. But this is on the docket, the Book of Boba Fett. I'm still going to plan to go watch it. But I would take your guys' word for it. That's pretty bad. I mean, like
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, me following the whole entire timeline. I mean, at least I just hoping that it's better than Acolyte.
I don't know about the Accolade because I haven't seen it, but this is the worst Star Wars show by far. I would put this up like
By far, okay.
Rise
You have to make up your
okay,
mind.
Rise of Skywalker is better
yeah.
than Book of Boba Fett. I'm just saying that right now.
Okay.
Because
I'm kind of torn. They're
the-
both very bad.
the Mandalorian episode is good, and it fucked up season 3, but I hated how they handled Boba Fett. Like, what the fuck even happens in the show? I don't even remember.
I remember there's a Rancor. That's all I remember.
There's a fucking baby Rancor that tears the city like Godzilla. That's about it. Like, I don't remember the rest.
Godzilla's in this show. Oh shit. Okay.
No, it's
Alright.
it's like Godzilla, but
That's cool.
also fucking Ahsoka shows up and Luke, which like, by the way, let me talk a little more about the Mandalorian. I fucking love season 2. Like, yeah, it's kind of nostalgia bait, but I think it's nostalgia bait done right. It has Boba Fett, it has Ahsoka, it has Luke at the end, but it does a lot of stories justice, and I love the first season too. It's got great characters. Grogu's adorable. I really love. I think the Mandalorian is one of the best characters that Disney has made, even today. It's really good. I want to put this in S, but season 3 drags it down. But Boba Fett has nothing going for it. It is a garbage fucking show.
Oh boy. All right.
Boo.
Kenobi.
Yeah. Was Kenobi good?
No.
You said it was okay.
No.
Well-
Kenobi was all right.
It
Hold
had
on.
a lot of potential,
Mm-hmm.
but it's kind of mixed for me because there's a character in there that anyone who's seen the show would know
Oh
is
my god,
a
no.
freaking
No.
terrible character.
Oh.
One of the worst ever. What's her name? First sister,
Riva.
whatever. Yeah, one of the Inquisitors, Riva. Oh gosh, she's a disgrace to even the Inquisitors. Oh man,
She's so fucking bad, dude. I hate
horrible.
her so much. Oh my god.
But there were other just kind of nonsensical things. Like, for example, Leia appears in the show, Princess Leia, but she's like 10. There is a scene where some kidnappers try to kidnap her, but apparently a 10-year-old is outrunning a bunch of these pirates somehow.
That was stupid. Yeah, that was dumb.
It looked like a cartoon where it was like a kid somehow outruns like 3 fully grown adult men running at full speed and they're tripping over themselves. I'm like,
It sounds like
this
a
Looney
cartoon.
Tunes?
It's like the
I'm
fucking
like,
Three
is this Looney
Stooges.
Tunes? It's like Home Alone. I'm like, what the hell is this?
It is Home Alone. Yeah.
Riva works for Darth Vader, mind you. So someone who works for Darth Vader that essentially sent Harry and Marv to capture a kid. That's no.
Yeah, exactly. Palpatine sends a man who sends a man who sends a robot who sends bugs to go kill Padme.
Star Wars went and said, like, oh, you know that Home Alone movie that did well? Let's try to copy that.
Yeah,
But
pretty much.
this show is carried by Darth Vader and Obi-Wan, and the finale was fine. That's about it.
Yeah.
I wish there was a season 2. I don't want to put it in F, probably D tier.
Because, yeah, Obi-Wan... he was like all sad about like what happened with Anakin, thought he was dead, found out that he was alive. I did like that dynamic of him and Vader. It's just I don't really I think Obi-Wan was slightly out of character in the sense that he only really wanted to watch over Luke and was like very hopeless and stuff, didn't really care about helping Leia until he eventually got convinced somehow. I don't really remember how. But I don't know, it seemed a little out of character for him to not want to help to begin with, because that's still one of Anakin's kids and he should give a shit, but he doesn't at first.
He's equivalent to Luke in The Last Jedi.
Yeah, except Obi-Wan still feels somewhat like Obi-Wan, but yeah, they did kind of do what they did to Luke to him by making him different from his character, where like even at the end of Revenge of the Sith, he still cared, like he still had like some semblance of hope. Like in A New Hope, he was like this happy guy. He's like, "Hey, Luke, let's go save your sister on Alderaan." This one, he's like, I can't face myself into what I did." I'm like, I don't see it. That's not the same character.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like, why wouldn't he do something about it? I don't know. There were some things that were very nonsensical in the show, but it wasn't the worst thing. It had some things going for it.
But it wasn't all that.
Okay, what's next?
Jump, have you seen Tales of the Jedi or Empire?
No, I haven't.
Tales of the Jedi? Nah, I never heard of it.
Tales of okay, I'll put those two at the bottom. Haven't seen Ahsoka. It was okay.
I'm kind of mixed. I don't remember much of it, to be completely honest.
I mean, you gotta watch Rebels before you watch Ahsoka, because it's basically the aftermath of season 4. But I don't know. This one was all right.
Yeah, yeah. Once again, I have to watch things in order, so like that's why I'm not familiar with like Ahsoka or anything like that.
Yeah,
maybe slightly better than Obi-Wan. They put it above Obi-Wan.
Yeah, the Anakin episode was cool. I liked that.
I don't remember much from the show. What's next?
Bad Batch. Again, probably. I'd say C.
See, yeah, it was a pretty decent show. What was the worst one? Season 2 or season 1?
I'd say season 1, honestly.
It did get better over time. Season 3 was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just Omega kind of annoyed me a little bit.
Omega was Omega.
Did she never not get captured? I swear.
Princess
Peach get captured less than her.
Yeah, no, it's fucking ridiculous. I'd put it below Solo, honestly. Any arguments there?
Yeah, maybe.
No.
Okay, Acolyte. I already know where you're gonna put this, Jump.
I haven't seen it, but
yeah. Acolyte's bad.
Dude, Acolyte is so fucking bad. It's so bad.
Acolyte was bad. Bad.
I haven't seen Skeleton Crew, nor do I care. I don't know what the fuck this is. Now we get to the all-time GOAT, Andor. Fucking peak.
S tier. S fucking tier.
S tier.
Yes.
S tier.
The question is where on S tier?
Ooh. Somewhere next to Clone Wars, maybe. It's just I don't know whether to put it above or beneath Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say above, but the question is it better than the original trilogy?
I think it goes hand in hand, dude. I mean, like, it's grounded, it has so much grounded, mature storytelling, though. Like,
I will say I do prefer the original trilogy more, but that's why I'm torn between this and Clone Wars, because I did really like the Clone Wars.
Yeah, that is fair.
Maybe beneath Clone Wars?
Yeah, no, because I love that last arc. That was fucking... I'd say below. I'd say below Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. I would say that. I would say that.
Maul Shadow Lord. Again, another S tier. This show
That,
Yeah,
that,
fucking
I love,
rules.
that's there. That's
love this
for sure.
show. Yeah,
S tier.
Yeah. Yeah. That show surprised me. I didn't know it was gonna be that freaking great. I mean, like, yeah. I love the character dynamics, Maul, and like
that's a
and
good
like
spot.
the problem with the Empire, like they are out here. It's a really big problem, and like that father son dynamics. With the officer, I'm forgetting his name and his son. Yeah. I really
Lawson.
love all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last one.
Yeah. So I love all of that. Even love the side characters in Maul Lord. Like
Yeah.
they're awesome.
I will
Yeah.
admit this is sort of recency bias, but I think the show has so much rewatchability, especially the last 2 episodes, which Darth fucking Vader is so good.
Darth Vader's a fucking problem. It is a fucking problem. Once again, Disney
So good.
makes Darth Vader shine in another Star Wars production. This is definitely no exception. Like
Yeah.
it's
I will.
amazing. Absolutely.
I will. If I end up doing my selective chronological order, I will include Maul.
Well, yeah, you have to. It's one of the best fucking projects.
I have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not better than Andor or Clone Wars, but I'd say this is a good spot for it.
It's a good spot. It's a good spot.
It's, yeah. It's a good spot.
Mando and Grogu, we
And-
talked about this in the last pod. I'd say C tier.
Yeah.
It's C. The first was it first part of the movie was great. Everything that you expect the Mandalorian to be, and then some. I really do like the bounties that it goes up against. Didn't really like the fact that well, I guess that's like more the bad part, but I did like the fights. That they were great. Character dynamics with Grogu and Mandalorian itself. It was a whole lot better in the first act of the movie, right in the second act, because then it became a Grogu show after that. But it was pretty damn spot on. I liked everything. There was some hiccups. Did not like that the two Huts were like the main villains. I mean, like that was kind of weak sauce. Like I was expecting something a lot more bigger and better, yeah, to be worth the movie ticket. But it gets the job done. And yeah, Grogu. I mean, like him and the other small creatures that the four small engineer creatures. I'm forgetting their race or their who they are, but they had like a good family friendly, kid hardened moment where Grogu is doing what he has to go do in order to save Mando. So I get it why it happened, but I mean, like, it kind of feels like that would have been like an episode or 2 episodes that would have continued Mandalorian season 4. So
Yeah, it should have been season
again,
4.
and in generally speaking, Mando and Grogu should have just been the Mandalorian season 4. Moving on, that was like 3-4 episodes in one. It really was, but that first act that's where this movie definitely really fully shines. But you can tell like this definitely could have been broken up into episodic format. It didn't really have to be a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it better than Solo though? Jake, what do you think? Because I'd say it probably is better.
Maybe beneath, maybe above. I'm not sure. You can put wherever.
Yeah, no, I'd say it's tied.
Mhm.
I might like Solo a little more because of the performance.
Okay.
But yeah, this is our official Star Wars ranking. You guys want anything changed about this, or you think this
No.
looks good?
I think it looks good. Yeah.
I think it's good. It's fair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this list as a reference, yeah, for what is to come in my journey in the galaxy far, far away. Yeah, with
Nice.
all the latest Star Wars content that I have to go watch here on out. Use use that as both a warning and a blessing. So
Yeah.
read them. I'm really looking forward to like watching Clone Wars. I did watch Clone Wars when I was a kid, but I wasn't like fully invested into Star Wars source, so I'm gonna go check it out again for sure. But I know for a fact stuff like Skeleton Crew and Tales of the Jedi that's probably like an easy skip, but I'm gonna have to go deal with that diarrhea anyway. So it's okay.
I don't know about the Tales of the Jedi because I heard Jedi and Empire were both good. I just haven't gotten around to watch them yet.
True.
So like maybe they're good, maybe they're up there with like fucking Clone Wars, but I don't know.
Cool.
Maybe. I have to go, guys. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to hit it.
Yeah.
We are gonna end it. So
I'm gonna get going. Have a good one, everybody.
Yeah, you too.
Have a good one.
Thank you guys for being
See
here.
you, Stefan.
All right.
See you guys.
Yeah.
All right, later.
See you, man.
Yeah. You wanna end it real quick?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna end it. But yeah, that's the end. This is our official tier list. What'd you guys think about our tier list? What would you put? Where would you put all the Star Wars films at? And yeah, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I am not, like I said, I'm not entirely back yet, but I will be very soon. I've still got an arm to deal with, so yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. We had a good discussion. Originally, I wasn't gonna do this because I was against talking about Star Wars because the fan base is garbage. But considering the Mandalorian and Grogu came out, and also Darth Maul, I kind of got back into Star Wars. So I was kind of in the mood to talk about it. So I'm happy we did this.
Okay.
And also we reached episode 80, so it's yeah, I'd say it's a pretty good episode 80. Also for episode 90, I have no idea what we're gonna do, but for episode 100, definitely know what we're gonna do, and it's gonna be a very long podcast, so be prepared for that. I'm not gonna say what it is. I will tell everybody else, but I'm not gonna say what it is. It is gonna be a very big surprise, though.
We're gonna have to we're gonna have to like go back to the list though, because next year marks the 50th anniversary for Star Wars franchise, so we may just have to do like a tier list again. Who knows?
We might have to, yeah, and maybe Tasha will be involved because I'm getting her into the Star Wars universe, so maybe she'll be involved and give her own opinions.
Yeah, just FYI. So I guess this is probably like part 1 of Star Wars Project's rankings. But yeah, I totally agree. Episode 80 was definitely one for the Legends. I enjoyed being here once again. I definitely enjoyed this. This is a great milestone. 20 more episodes until episode 100.
Hell yeah, dude. Episode 100 is going to be crazy. It's not that far away
from here. It's not that far from here, so yeah.
Hell yeah. It's only a few months.
Yeah.
If we keep the consistency going, which I plan to.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, no, I had fun with this. Thank you guys as usual for watching. I'll be back sometime soon. I still got the Strikers tournament to record and edit, so hopefully that'll be up by this weekend. Thank you guys for listening in. Be sure to like and sub, like I said. And may the Force be with you. See you guys.
Always.